time, man.
All right, we're back. We're back. Had a couple little technical difficulties, but we're here. We made it. You guys know how technology works sometimes, but yeah, I'm here with my friend Daneri. As a lot of you guys know, he's a big Patterdale hunting guy. I had him on here before. And you guys know it's Patterdale Talk Wednesdays.
Difficulties.
What'd you say, bro? There it goes. It's freezing up a little.
All good?
I can hear you. You're a little frozen, but I could hear you, so you could talk and see. Let's talk and see what happened.
Shit.
But I mean, the most part is, the biggest part is me hearing you. Okay, there it goes. Now it seems like it's on there. Yeah, now it seems like you're good.
You can hear me now?
Yep, I could hear you. And before I could hear you, but it was freezing. But now I could hear you, and it's not freezing. So I think we're good. I think we're good. Oh no, it's freezing again. Let me see this one. Yeah, we're having some technical difficulties. All right, we're back in right now.
Good now?
We
Yep.
should be. It seems like we're good. Seems like we're good. But yeah, I was just do you want to say anything about yourself for those who don't know who you are or wasn't watching the last interview I had with you a couple months ago?
What's going on, Patterdale people? I'm Dan, up here in the north, working these dogs. I don't know, not much to say about me.
Hey, listen, you're a big hunter. You're a big guy in this game in my eyes. You got a coon on your head that you caught yourself.
Yes, sir. This was the first confirmed coon kill we got. My girlfriend Jess,
And
she
this
made
was
it.
how many years ago? Or
This had a couple years old. She just made it a couple years ago for Christmas.
yeah, that's
But
beautiful. That's nice.
yeah,
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do the same thing soon. It's
yeah, it's
beautiful,
pretty
but
badass.
definitely. But yeah, today we're gonna talk about your most recent hunt was a crazy experience, and I really wanted to talk to you. I mean, I always like to bring you on here and talk to you because you're so experienced with this with the Patterdale hunting thing, and
I wouldn't say all that.
I
But
yeah. I'm gonna
I
say it for you.
appreciate it.
I'm gonna
But
say it for you. You know what I mean? But yeah, to just talk about your last hunt, and this will give people a good sight on just all around, what could go down. It's a lot of fun. You're out there with your buddies, digging, having fun. Your dog's on the ground, but and then as everyone knows, your dogs could get bit. But I mean, there's things that could go on that are a lot more serious, and it's it's not to push anyone away from working their dog, but just enlighten people like myself that are more newer to the game and haven't seen the different aspects of the game or what goes on when you're really out there and really doing it. You know what I mean? A lot of the bad things
yeah,
aren't shown. You know what I mean? Or not bad things, but a lot of the you know sad things that could happen. I should say that are not really
that people don't
advertised.
talk about, right?
Exactly, exactly. But I'm gonna let you talk and do just let them know. Tell them a little about your last hunt and what went down, man.
Well, yeah, it can get bad out there sometimes. That's something you got to know when you do these dogs. There's it can get bad quick, but we went out. What was it? Sunday morning. I took a coworker out, and his wife and his two kids were there too, and obviously my wife Jessica. We went out on a hunt on a property we have not too far from my house, maybe like half an hour. We went out there to hunt a big ditch. like an irrigation ditch for fields. And we were there probably about an hour and a half. We had just got a skunk. Now that's a shitty one too, because you can lose a dog to a skunk. I know some of my best friends have lost their dogs to skunks in the ground. That's risky as well. But what happened there is we bolted him out. He was under like some type of like rock slab mixture. And the dog was already in there, so there was no going back.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
we pushed him out, luckily, so we didn't get him in the ground. He busted out the back, and my coworker's wife yells, "It's a skunk! It's a skunk!" Now we kind of assumed that because it smelled like it.
Mm-hmm.
But we ended up getting that skunk in the water, and we killed him, moved on, and about maybe 150 feet down from that skunk, my dog started going crazy, doing scent circles in the tall grass. You couldn't really see the dogs, but when tall grass moves, you can kind of tell the dogs are there, especially when it's two of them, doing their circles, their
Yep.
scent
Yep. Yep.
circles.
And plus,
And I could,
little things your dogs do. After a
yeah,
while, you notice little things they do when they're not interested and when they are. But
when they
not to
are,
interrupt you. Keep
they
going, my
started,
pal.
going crazy. Everybody notices that when they're perky. They started getting perky, and all of a sudden, we just don't see them. We don't see them in the grass no more. We don't see them around. We go down there because we had visual sight on them. Like we
Mm-hmm.
could see the grass moving. We knew they were there, but out of the nowhere, they were just gone. So I'm like, okay, dogs are in the ground. We get right down to where the holes were on the side of the embankment there, and we check one hole, check another. We can't hear nothing. We can't locate nothing because we're not getting any signal on the location device. I got a peeps.
Mm-hmm.
We're not getting nothing on it. So we go down there, check more holes, try to hear, put your ear right up to the hole, try to hear something. Nothing's going on. Still can't find them. And we were probably searching for holes around that embankment for maybe 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then we saw on the other side of the embankment covered in grass and tall grass, there was an entrance to a what would you call it? An irrigation ditch entrance, about 10 feet wide or 10 inches wide, a little bit less than a foot. And it's still, when I put my nose up to it, my ear to hear, I put my ear and then my nose, and
Mm-hmm.
I could smell skunk still. And, I had just gotten a skunk down there. So I figured that these fuckers went in here, some of that skunk oil spray
Mm-hmm.
must have rubbed on the side of the tunnel. So they have to be in that tunnel. At least that's what we thought, because they weren't in any of the other holes. Now we put our ears up to the tunnel and everything, and we just could not hear anything. Everything, and that was about 30 minutes after they disappeared, because we were searching all the holes around the area to try to get a location on them before we did that. So I smelt that, and we're assuming they're there. So I go out to the field out by the corn, and I take my peeps, and I just go straight from that pipe. My girlfriend, she calls the farmer and asks about this irrigation pipe. I guess what's the better word for it? It's just a drain, like a drain pipe
But
for a field, a
it's
drain tile. That's what it is.
it's a dra- it's basically so the water could get through easier
Yeah,
underground.
get out of the field and not swamp up in the field and kill the crops. So
And
it's
this
a
is
it's a drain tile.
in not to cut you off, just because
Hmm.
we're talking about it, right? You're at this point in the story. This is free casting.
Yes,
So this is just because we always talk about the free casting, or as far as you finding the holes, and we're talking about the awareness and the good things and the bad things and the danger. This is obviously one of the dangers of free casting.
that is one of the dangers of free casting. And you know what? I told Jessica that after that,
You might
I'm
not free
probably
cast
I'm
again.
not free casting anymore. I'm just not. I'm
I
not
don't mean to
willing.
laugh, bro. I don't mean to laugh
I don't. I'm
because I
not
know the
willing to take
situation was serious, but it's it's funny that you said that because I'm already thinking like, damn, I free cast all the time and my dog's only 10 pounds. So
every time
imagine what
I
the shit she can slide into that I wouldn't even know where she's at. And it has happened. Luckily, the peeps, it was just regular ground and dirt, and the peeps picked up on her, and it was only like 10 feet away. But it has happened where it was like, damn, what the fuck hole she went into. You know what I mean? But go ahead, go ahead.
dude, it happens. I had to think about it because I lost a few dogs to free casting. You
Yeah,
know
that's what
that
I
shit
hear. If you
sucks.
free, yeah, if you free cast, it's a lot more. It's a lot more dangerous, which I
So
do because the people around, like I learned from my
every
cousin Keith, and that's what he does. So,
everybody
but
free cast. I mean, it's beautiful seeing your
yeah,
dogs go out and actually find the game. But golly, it is risky. I'm starting to see that. I see why these guys hold them back on a leash.
yeah, and not just the holes. It's just, I mean, you could free
And you
cast.
can you can pick and choose as you go. If you find
Yeah, yeah.
something and you see there's
But not
concrete
just the
or
holes as far as like the danger. Like where
yeah,
I free cast, when I free cast most of the time, as you already know, when I hunt, I'm out in New York and there's big fox, coyote, and everything. So it's like a Patterdale is dinner. A 10-pound
and get cooked.
Patterdale is dinner for a certain size fox or definitely a
Yeah.
coyote. You know what I mean? So, but keep going, keep going. I don't want to get into that.
So yeah, after that we're done. But so yeah, these these dogs took the track right into this 10-inch drain tile, and they were completely gone. And I took my peeps and I walked straight because the farmer told Jessica, you know, that it dead ended at the end of his field there. It didn't go any further. So there,
But it's
I don't
just a
know if you
straight
got the
pipe.
yeah, you got the
Let me
picture
let me
of the map. There's a map with like
yep, let me pull up images. Is it this one right here you're talking about?
yeah. So are you able to zoom in from there or no?
No, they don't yeah,
Well,
this
if you can tell on the back there, there's a creek running through there. That's
yeah,
where we
this
were. So I,
uh-huh.
I walked that creek straight out to the end of that property line. So to the end of the corn there on that property line, I
All
walked
right.
the peeps out.
Right here you're
Now I
talking
got
about?
no connection. Where was it?
You're talking about this property line, like
Oh,
right here? Or behind
I
in the
can't see
grass?
your cursor.
Oh yeah, yeah. All right, just keep going though. You know, they'll get an
Yeah, the
idea of it.
the yeah. So from the creek up to where that red property line is,
Okay.
uh, r- between the house and the backfield there. So from the creek to the corn, I'd say maybe 200 yards. I walked
Okay.
that, and I got no connection at all.
All
And
right.
I tried going sideways on the other side, and still no connection. I would get these weird readings there. I would get, you know, 60 yards, and then out of the nowhere, it would say like 6 yards, and then 8, and then it would stop, and it wasn't consistent.
It's because they could between something like man made that
Yeah,
happened with concrete where I seen that happen with concrete, but keep going.
yeah, it was. I don't know what was happening, but it wasn't either that or we were just too far away. That thing was lying. I don't know what happened there,
Yeah, yeah.
but I come back around, and then I go back to the pipe. My wife is there, and then one of my buddies, Blake, because they come out to help when I give them a call. I'm like, man, I can't find my dogs. They come out to help, and he brought his own locator, a Mammoth, the
Okay.
Mammoth Vary box,
Yep,
because
yep,
I
yep,
wanted
yep.
to see if it was my locator, and he come out to help, and we used his and mine and walked all over to that corn again, where the farmer said it dead ended, and we could not pick up no sign. We went back by Jessica. By now, it probably been 2 hours since they've been gone. Maybe 2 hours and a
Damn.
half.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's starting to get real silent,
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then my buddy, my coworker, and his kids are there. I don't know what to tell the kids. You can't tell them, oh, you know, the dogs are dead. Go home. No.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I was like, man,
Yeah.
you should go. He went and took his kids out and then out to eat because by then it was, been a few hours since we've been out there.
Uh-huh.
But I go back by the tunnel and try to hear for anything by the entrance. And Jessica just goes back out into the field, takes my locator box, and just goes straight and keeps going straight. She doesn't stop at the farmer's field there. She
Okay.
she might have trespassed a little bit, whatever, but she
Uh-huh.
kept going straight to look for the dog. So she walks all the way into that property line by the house. You see where the dot is there?
Yep, 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 yep.
So she walked from that creek all the way to that house, and she starts picking up connection there.
Okay.
She got a few. She started getting real consistent readings, about 80, 80 yards, and then 70, and consistently. And she calls me. She's like, "Get over here. I can't seem to pinpoint them, but I'm getting good readings." So I went
And this
over
is
there, and
just because I'm talking real quick. Is this the
Third time's a charm.
is like the field?
yeah, that's the
Okay.
field right there.
Third time's a charm.
Now
All
you see
right.
them trees back there.
Hold on, I'll
You can
pause
see
it.
some trees
Third time's a charm.
in the back there.
Right there?
Yeah, so that's about where the creek was,
Okay.
and that is
So
the third
nice.
hole. The last.
That's a nice little walk.
Well, that was the third hole. Actually, the first hole was
Yeah,
closer
because
by the house.
in this video, if you if people who are watching notice, you did say third time's a charm.
Yeah,
Third time's a charm.
So that's the third hole, and you already made two holes back that way. So
yeah.
okay.
We got one
Okay.
dog out. Before that, I had got one dog out already.
All right.
So, but that was by the house. Like by it was still
Was
from
that
the.
the dog that crawled out the tunnel itself?
No, none of my dogs come out no tunnels.
No, not the tunnel, the pipe.
No, we actually. So yeah, let me get to this story and we'll talk about it before I.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead. My fault. My
So if not, I'm gonna tell the endings and stuff. It's
All right,
gonna
go
be a
ahead. Go
fucked
ahead.
up storyline.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, she went straight, and about at 500 yards, we started getting a good reading. 500 yards away from that entrance, I picked up the first reading on Chupacabra, on McKelvey's Chupacabra. And that by that time it was probably I'd say 5 p.m. Yeah, it had been 5 hours since we lost the dogs. And I start digging to her. We didn't even ask for no permission, nothing. Jessica, she's like, don't even she's like, let me just talk to him and you just start digging the hole, of course. We didn't ask for no permission. We started digging because this was out of the property we had permission for. This was not a permission we had.
I mean, I get it, but at the same time, I get it. I got to get my dog.
Yeah,
But
no, it's against the law for them not to let us retrieve our dogs. So wherever my dogs are going, I'm digging them out.
see, I didn't even know that, and I'm still
Yeah,
digging them out.
yeah, you're digging
Law or
them out
not,
regardless.
you know what I mean? But go ahead.
So I started digging them out, and I didn't know when we were gonna hit this thing. Like the device was still being a little bit goofy, so I just kept digging and put faith in it. And then I thought I heard a little bit of fighting. I don't know if I really did because I was still about 4 feet down when I heard that. There was still about 4 feet to go. So I just kept on digging. I called my coworker. the one they had left for lunch, and he come back and helped me dig. And then Blake Roberts and his dad come back and helped me dig. And we ended up getting the first dog out at like 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. We got
Yep,
her out.
I'm taking notes. Yep.
She was muddy, cold. Her pupils were very wide. You know, you can tell when a dog is kind of. But she was excited to see us. You know, she was happy that we didn't leave her there. She looked she
Re-
looked happy.
relieved. She was
Yeah,
relieved. Yeah.
she was relieved, and I wrapped her in a blanket and I put her up in the truck and I turned the heater on max. You know.
Did you send me a pic of that?
Yeah, I think there's a picture of her in a towel. No, that's Dahmer.
All right.
There's a different picture of a dog sitting on a seat, on
All
a
right. I'll
car
find
seat.
it. You could keep talking. I'll find it though.
And Chupacabra, you can tell Chupacabra was not doing good, but I took her to the truck, got her warmed, gave her some sugar, and
Hmm.
then I dexed her up a little bit. And
Okay.
but she didn't look great. I tried to give her water. She wasn't having no water at the moment. But I still had a dog in the ground, you know, so priority now was on the dog on the ground.
Yep. Yep.
So I left her there with the heater on, go back out to dig some more, and we started digging another hole because we put the video camera in the tunnel. We couldn't get a signal on my Jeffrey Dahmer dog. We still
Okay.
couldn't ping to my Jeffrey Dahmer dog. So we put a video camera down there, and my buddy, he had one of those drain cameras about 15 feet.
Yep. Yep. I know what you're talking
We
about.
put we put that down there with the flashlight, and you can see his shine from where we dug out Chupacabra. You can see his eye shine back there behind her.
Okay.
But you can tell that Chupacabra had got to him first because she was beat the fuck up. She she had a battle in there. You know,
This was the
Dahmer.
dog you was talking about in the towel.
Yeah, that's Chupacabra there.
Okay.
But she was ahead of Dahmer in that tunnel, so she took all the damage. Once I seen Chupacabra, I figured that Dahmer probably didn't get to engage.
Hmm.
So I felt like I had a little bit more time for him. I felt like I was a little too late there in her case. But we started digging that second hole to him probably by, it was about 11 p.m. that we hit the bottom there on that drain.
Okay.
We hit that drain tile again, and we got down there, put the camera down there, and dude, it felt like we were looking at the same exact thing we were looking at earlier. Like
Yeah. I
nothing
mean,
changed.
the drain's all the same. Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't get no perception of how far he was. We couldn't locate to him. So it was hard to gauge the how far it really was.
Hmm.
So that second hole was all for nothing basically. But I guess we got closer, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think it was about, yeah, 11:30, and I was really beat from that day. Everybody else was, you know,
Hmm.
and we had to leave him for that night. It was, you know, it is what it is. I thought he was better off because he didn't engage. He was down there just stuck.
Yeah. So maybe he was just down there, just stuck, but he could still breathe and he
Yeah,
wasn't thinking and all that stuff.
he was fine down there. You can hear him. He was barking and stuff, you know, obviously. He was, so I figured he's stuck and he's fine.
Hmm.
Uh, so I wait till the next day and go there as soon as possible. I think I got there like at 6 a.m.
Hmm.
And I went down in the tunnel, and yeah, sure as hell, he's there. He's barking. I asked for help from a couple more buddies, because by then it was Monday and
Is the
people
first
had to
hole.
work, you know.
Hold on,
Yeah, play
let me
that out.
pause this. All
Yeah,
right,
but
so
but
do you want me to play this real quick or you want me to wait?
No, you're fine. You can.
Because I think this is the video where you're showing all the holes.
Yeah.
So we could play
Yeah.
this real quick and then keep going. Not to interrupt you. I know
No, go ahead and
I know
play
you
it.
had this video showing each hole, and you had already said that.
This is the first hole.
I just want to show that real quick again, just to
Second.
show people how far you're digging. Because some people, they think a couple feet. No, this is you could. This is this is no joke. This is real
This
shit.
is the first hole.
That hole there was. They were all about 7 feet, between 7 and 8 feet.
Hmm.
That second hole there, one of
Second.
my coworkers started it, so and we were trying to get to the dogs as fast as possible, so we didn't
Second.
widen that up. That was hard to work in,
Yeah, I bet. But you got down
but
in there, yeah.
we ended up sticking somebody in there ass up and then checking out the hole that way.
Yeah, it makes sense because at this point you're moving faster, so you're not, you know what I mean? You're not digging them as wide. You're trying to get just a hand down there to grab that dog out,
Yep.
and that's the third hole.
Yep.
Okay, that's what she said. But yeah, I'm gonna
So
let you keep going, bro.
I recruited some boys to DBZ kennels, Nick Fox and Caden Moore and Caden Moore's brother. They agreed to come help me Monday because it was then Monday and most people work on Mondays. So them guys offered to come and Caden showed up the next day. I was there at 6. I started digging a hole to Dahmer because I called out to him and he was still there, losing his voice, but he was there.
Hmm.
He had nowhere to go. But so I kind of assume where he might be, and I dig another hole. And on this third hole, them boys showed up like an hour or two after I started, and we got to it pretty. I think by 11 or 12, we had got to the drain pipe.
All
I
right.
believe it was 12:30. 12:30, we got to the drain pipe, and we checked it out with the flashlight, and he still looked about 15. It was only about 15 feet away this time. But me calling him over or trying to get him to come, I think he loosened up or something because he was able to come out of there. And next time I shined a light down there, he was closer, and I'm like, oh, the fucker's crawling back. He's getting here. So he ended up coming out, and we grabbed him. That was when we were digging to Chupacabra, I believe. But yeah, we ended up getting him out the next day around 1.
And okay, so maybe that was the
That was the night before when we got out my first dog,
is that
Chupacabra. That's my coworker in the ground
so
there.
this is the other, this is Chupacabra.
Yep, that is. I think you can see it in that video. Uh, the eye shine there.
Hello, I'm back.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got it cut me out real quick, but it brought me right back. So
yeah. I think you can see it. I'm not sure if you can see it in that video, but there you can see some eye shine there.
mhm.
Chupacabra, though, the first dog we dug out, we were able to dig right to her.
Is that one?
That's Jeff. Yeah, that's the second day. See, I call. He had. See, Jeff had a big Garmin on him too because he ranges out real far.
Okay.
So we usually put that big Garmin so he can range out, and that big Garmin there usually stops him from entering any sets. He's a bigger dog, so he enters only bigger sets, but that Garmin there holds him back on all these sets I've seen him. So we
Right.
usually let him range out with that. So it's impressive that he was able to fit in there with that huge Garmin box in there.
You know what it is though. It's a human made set where it's like a straight,
Yeah,
smooth pipe. You know, it's different
no
from.
turns.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. It's different from
yeah,
getting a hole where there's a root or there's a curve. Or, you know what I mean? This is just a
a
straight
straight
line.
shot.
And if it wasn't old and rusty, it would probably be smooth and easier to get through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But not to interrupt you again. Sorry, but go ahead.
No, you're fine. Yeah, but he was pinned between Chupacabra. Chupacabra was there first, and then he was behind her, so he didn't really. When he came out, I think he was only cut around one eye, probably from getting snagged on whatever. But we got him home the next day. First day we got Chupacabra home. You know, we did what we could for her, but she had lost a lot of blood before we could get to her. That when we got her out, there was a puddle of blood there. You know, she was just. She ended up dying on me the next day when we got Jeff out. She passed away on me. But you know, I think she was happy to see me there at the end. She maybe thought for a while no one was coming for her.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we were coming,
Sorry
you
to
know.
hear that. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, but we were coming for her. So we got her home and she's home forever now, you know. But
You said you buried her out back.
yup.
Yeah.
But you know, if funny thing is if Chupacabra wouldn't have went in there, we would have never found Jeff. I mean, Jeff, we probably wouldn't have found him.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I was gonna lose a dog that day regardless.
Is the way you look at it, yeah. Better one
Yeah.
than two. I mean, at the
Yep.
end of the day.
Yep.
But
If it
yeah,
wasn't
sorry to hear that,
Chupacabra, it's
man.
gonna
That
be
that
him.
sucks. That sucks.
It's part of the game, but there's ways you can avoid it. That's why I was saying earlier, I really don't wanna free cast anymore. I wanna see my wife has these bull terriers she works on, and maybe we're just gonna use those bulls for
To show you where the pat's
to
at.
find us game. Yeah, find us game in the holes, and then just stick pats on there. If I can reduce the danger, I'm gonna because the dogs do a lot for us, and they
Yeah.
deserve the respect.
Hmm.
And Choopy fought her ass off. You know, she fucking went till she couldn't no more for me, and I feel like that shouldn't have had to be the case. I should have been more respectful of the sets that they enter and a better dogman. So
Hey man, don't I mean, I didn't have
there's
situations where
ways
things happen where
you
I
can
think
avoid that.
the main thing I would say about like as far as my experience, as far as listening to this story, we talk all the time, bro. But as far as my experience, when I seen a dog, get lost and pass away in the ground or whatever, one thing I could say that makes it a lot more dangerous if there's things that are around that are not just natural.
Yeah, concrete,
Yeah,
man made.
anything that's man-made concrete because I seen a situation where concrete messed up a tracker. You're talking about I'm pretty sure those trackers was probably acting up because there was metal in between them. You know what I mean? So and these trackers are made for for those who don't know, these trackers are really made to find people under snow. So they're not
You know,
expecting you to be under snow and in a metal tube. Or under, you know what I mean? It's for like avalanche. So they're expecting to be under snow. They're not, or you know what I mean? They're not expecting to be. These are not made really to be under concrete or under metal objects and stuff like that. And at least in my experience, again, I'm no expert, but in my experience, I'm far from an expert. But you know what I mean? I'm still a beginner, but in my experience, I've noticed that when there's human made things involved as far as like concrete, as far as the things we just stated. it tends to mess with the locator.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's one thing where I would say if you go out and hunt, and you're sending your dog in the ground in small spaces, if you can't make sure, I mean, if you don't know for sure somewhere that you could get to the dog, I would kind of try probably be easy because yeah, even the locators mess up when there's a whole bunch of metal around or
Jamie was saying rebar the other day too. Them boys were Tim and Jamie. They were saying rebar messes it up too.
I believe it because they're not made, they're really made for anything. Then I mean, as far as the peeps locators, I mean the dirt, they're really not made even for dirt. They're really, you know what I mean? Like it
Yeah.
worked, but they're really made for avalanches, you know what I mean? To catch people in snow. So anything that's like, and anytime you're out, skiing or avalanche, they're not expecting to be up under a whole metal object. So they're not really made to, track through those things, which would obviously that's just not how things work. But yeah, I mean, that was that's one of the main things I've noticed as far as like if you go out hunting, try to go
Man-made
hunting.
objects.
Yeah, when you're in the middle of the forest or you're just, where you don't really got to worry about too many man-made objects around because they tend to mess with the locators.
Yeah, that's why I think using these mini bowls for location is going to be a game changer for us. I should have been on it. The old timers all do it for a reason. You pick and choose your sets and everything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I might have to. I know last time I said I ain't caving into the literature. Shit, I might.
I mean, I didn't. I got my lecture because I got my lecture really to just like when it's funny because we're talking about free casting, but one of the reasons I got my lecture and that's basically what I'm trying to train her to do is really just if I don't know, you could show me where Cinnamon's at, my Patterdale. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like just
Hmm.
don't she got German pointer in her. So things like that where it's like, okay, we're free casting. I'm just gonna let Sin off and in the lecture, and it's like, you know, if she goes into a hole that I don't know where she's at, because she's like again, we was talking, she's 10 pounds, she goes into a hole, my lecture could let me know what hole she's in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're using her as a tracker, huh?
To track Sin.
Yeah.
Just in case. Because the free casting, because that happened where I was like, she was in a hole, and luckily it was close. The whole so basically we let the dogs basically in a big brush pile.
Uh-huh.
There was about three of us. We had three Patterdales. Brush pile probably, brush pile size probably could have had 3-4 coons in it as far as size. You know what I mean? But Sin disappeared, ended up going into a hole like under the brush pile. So we had to like luckily the peeps located her. So we had to move all the brush pile. We had to move a lot of that stick shit out and then find the hole. You know what I
Mm.
mean? But it was like if the peeps didn't locate her, if she didn't go to a hole that close, right under the brush pile, I would have had to like scan the whole area like you was doing. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
you'd have to pattern the area.
Exactly. That's a lot easier if you got a dog
That'll
where it's
point you in
like
the right direction, yeah.
where it's basically like that's that dog's sister. They're probably just gonna follow him in any way, really. And if they engage, it's like okay, my sister's in the fucking hole fighting some. I'm gonna try to get it. I'm gonna try to get in that hole anyway.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I'll just okay. Where's the lurcher? She's digging at this hole, so Sin's in that hole. You know what I mean?
Is
But
that the
that was
only Patterdale you got right now?
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon?
Yeah, that's the only Patterdale I ever had in my life.
I seen something about you grabbing another one.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna
You're gonna get another?
I'm gonna get another and another and another.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
You're sticking to these Mason bred dogs?
I love them. I'm gonna range around and I'm definitely gonna get another Mason. If that's what I'm definitely gonna, but I'm definitely gonna try other things and you don't want I don't want four dogs from the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you want to try a couple
Yeah,
different
yeah,
ones.
yeah.
That way,
I'm
in the future, you want to breed them and you can cross them up. And
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I might get into that. I know that's a lot of I did that with
well, if you're
the
gonna hunt
other
them
game, and
hard,
it's
you
a
gotta
lot of work.
breed. You
Huh?
can't if you're gonna hunt them hard like you've been doing. You gotta
Yeah.
breed for your own stock at least.
Yeah. I mean, we
You got
just
something to hunt at all times.
yeah.
I
And
keep
after
messing up and not breeding the females, and then
Mhm.
end up losing them, man. Then I get stuck having only a
Yeah.
couple.
And after your whole story and what you just which your whole tour you just said on here on the live and I appreciate you for hopping on here and you know letting everyone in on you because I mean that's it's a sad thing too. So you didn't have to come on here and talk about it. You know what I mean? There's other people that might not want to. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that. But yeah, that's one of the things that if you got a good dog, it's like shit. Anything can happen. But
Yeah,
yeah,
you never lose
I
a
might.
bad one. It's always good ones. You won't lose a bad one. Them
Yeah,
mother, them
that's
motherfuckers
how it
won't
goes.
put themselves in that position to
Makes
get
sense.
lost. You
Makes sense.
know.
Makes sense. Yeah, man, that makes perfect sense. So yeah, I'm gonna keep working her and. But you're right. I would definitely I definitely wouldn't want nothing to happen to her and I didn't have a pup from her, but at the same time it's like I'm not in no rush to fucking put her through that neither, but
Yeah.
yeah, but that's one thing as far as like just talking to people lately and people as far as myself that don't have as many and then people that have it have a good amount is where it's like you wait. You could wait. Okay, it's hunting. As far as for me, I'm in New England, so it's like shit pretty much freezes. So as far as groundhog, which my dog is, again, she's 10 pounds, so that's her specialty is the groundhog going into the ground because she can get into all the small areas. You kind of wait for the summer or Groundhog Day, and after that they're up. But it's like you could wait that whole winter and then they go out once, and now your dog she put in work. She did her thing, found the ground, but she's been up to the point where it's like, okay, now she got to rest for the next month. So
Yeah.
that you know what I mean. So it's like, or not rest, but she got to heal up for the next month. And don't get me wrong, there's people that let their dogs half heal up, or to each your own. To each your own. Me personally, if my dog's bit up a certain way, it's not like groundhogs are paying me money, so I'm gonna let them heal up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. You don't want to take them out there raw or
exactly,
but I
exactly.
don't like taking them out like that either. I'll put them
No.
up, and I got only four. I only keep about 4 or 5, so
Only
I'll
4
swap
or
them
5,
out.
huh?
I'll hunt two or take two one day and then take two the next day so I can hunt the weekend or switch them out. Right now I'm running low. We're running low over
Oh,
here.
man. Cut up
But
kennels, man.
reinforcements will get here soon. I got a litter coming soon, and I
Those
hopefully I
cut
can
up
keep a
kennel
couple.
guys, those guys will hunt 2 dogs, let they get bit up, go back home, get 2 more dogs.
Yep.
Go get bit
Yeah, I
up,
usually
go
like
back
to ride
home
with
and
them
get 2
already in
more
the
dogs.
truck in case I need them.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
yeah, that's one thing I'm noticing. And even I dealt with that with Sin where it was like, damn, I can't really hunt her for like the next 2 3 weeks.
that's because
You know what
she's
I mean?
a harder dog too. The
Yeah, she
mixers, I
goes.
like hunting mixers and bay dogs. I like hunting all the kinds of dogs.
I mean, me personally, I love dogs in general.
Hmm.
I love hunting dogs for hunting, but then there's just I mean, I just grew up. I didn't grow up really with hunting dogs. I grew up with just dogs and then, pit bulls and It was always game dogs or guard dogs, and then I maybe had, one or two friends or one or two cousins that had just the family gold retriever. So I grew
Yeah.
up I just love dogs. I mean, it could be a black lab. I love dogs. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
That's just what it is for me. But yeah. So as far as this whole experience, let's get back to the what we was talking about. What's the obviously the bad thing? I mean, we know you could lose a dog. What's the thing where you could say as far as like a good thing, as far as like the knowledge, what you learned,
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'll probably in the future if I don't start leash hunting and I keep free casting, I'm gonna start surveying my properties better. So like my permissions, I guess can't say my properties are not mine.
Your
If I was that
permissions.
rich, I probably wouldn't be hunting Patterdales. But I'm gonna check these permissions out a little bit more thoroughly and see if I see any drains like that, drain tiles like that aren't covered. Maybe I can go ahead a day before or a couple days before. Go ahead and do some maintenance. Maybe put some wire up to keep the dogs from going in
Yeah,
there. Or
whatever.
whatever I
You
can do to keep my dogs
block it
on.
off. Yeah.
Yeah, and just remove it the next day so I'm not blocking.
So basically, to go and do some homework on where you're hunting. If you get
Yeah,
you, you got a new permission, I'm gonna go walk around and see, make sure there's not a broken down shed that my dogs could get under. That's gonna take
yeah.
me 5 hours to break up if they do, and things. There's not a pipe that they could get into that's 1,000 fucking yards. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's what this
Shit
pipe
like
ended up
that.
being.
Yeah,
500
exactly what I'm
yards.
saying. Yeah, yeah.
So if you think about it, what is that about? What is that? 5 football fields?
500
Well,
yards.
yeah, 100
Yeah,
yards is one football field,
yeah. It's
right?
exactly what it is.
So 5 football fields in the ground in a
And give or
man-made
take because of the
tunnel, but
touchdown. Yeah. Mhm.
it's pretty crazy.
It's definitely crazy.
Well, when
And
I pulled Dahmer, when we got Dahmer out, he was still, even though he had done no fighting, he had been in there tight for an hour or a whole day. I mean, 24 hours.
yeah, yeah.
He had been in there tight. So when we got him out, he was just, limp. There's a picture of him just laying on the back of the tailgate there,
Yep, I got it up.
completely
I'll pull
limp.
it up.
So if that can make you imagine Chupacabra that fought a big boar coon for that long and then come out.
Hmm.
Chupacabra had a lot of damage and shock. I was really impressed with her that
And if
day.
you would look at this dog, if you didn't see like really how I mean, this respectfully, this dog almost looked dead.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, and
So
that's the one that lived. So
yeah, that's why I said almost. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's yeah. And again, this is not to discourage anyone from getting into it. It's just letting you know that it shit could get real and
oh, and it's just to teach. Like if you are getting into it,
exactly.
then go ahead and scout your properties.
And
Or if
that's
you're
one
going
thing
to,
we never and I think that's one thing we never really spoke about on here, but that might be another subject as far as scouting your properties. You know what I mean?
and you know what's crazy? We come
For
here
your
2 weeks
permissions.
before. We come here 2 weeks before the same exact spot. I took what was two of my coworkers, and we got two beautiful raccoon digs back to back, maybe 200 feet from each other. 2 weeks prior, so we had already been here, hunted that property. No, they hadn't went in that drain tile. We got a nice dig right by where the guy keeps his meat cows. We got one dig there. Chupacabra was on a coon there, and then we dragged him out with the mini bull terrier. We got one there, 200 feet down. We dug another coon. This time I used Jeff. We sent
Hmm.
Jeff in there. chupacabra located, and we sent Jeff in there after him, and draw that coon out and got him out. It was one male, one female in the separate holes, you know. But we dug two coon out, and then killed a baby groundhog there. And 2 weeks later, I take these dogs, and that happens, you know.
You know,
So
I
maybe
mean, what
Peyton.
happened is they eat two things, bro. I mean, they didn't whatever when you let them out the last time. Is my opinion is what I'm thinking is that you let them out the first time, and they caught on a scent before they found that pipe, or they might have found the pipe the first time and wasn't nothing in there,
Yeah, it
and then
wasn't nothing in it,
and then
and then
this time there just happened to be something in there, and I mean you figure it's a metal pipe, so the scent's not going anywhere. The shit's gonna be strong. It's
yeah,
coming, you know, it's coming
I think
right out of both ends.
I think they were on his ass. I think maybe they even seen it in the weeds, you know, in the tall grass.
Oh,
They
and the shit
probably
ran
dumped
in
it
the
out of the.
pipe.
Yeah, maybe because they
That
were
makes more sense.
for them to be gone like that, and I don't hear no excitement, no nothing. They just roam in the tall grass and then they're gone. I
So
just
your
don't.
dogs, and this is another thing about different dogs. So your dogs tend to bark a lot when they do find some, or
Well, if they were to get on it right away, I would hear some barking. I would hear something, the excitement, or that. I heard nothing. They were in the tall grass, and then for 5 minutes, I just heard absolutely nothing. I would hear something if they encountered something, they would grab it, or I would hear some fighting
yeah,
or something.
hear the tussling. Yeah,
I'm like, oh, they must have went in the ground. That's why I can't hear them. And no, they were in this. They must have been long gone in that pipe, long gone.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, man. Again, sorry to hear that about the dog that didn't make it, but again, at least at least you got one out because it could have been just a bad situation and
well, I
all.
got both of them out. You know, both of them made it home. There was
Oh
no
yeah, at
dog
least
left
at least
behind.
you got yeah, at least you got
It
at
just,
least one's still alive, I should
yeah,
say.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. No, we didn't leave no dogs. I think that would have sucked. You know, that would I don't like leaving. I don't know what to think about that. You know, you don't know what happened to the dog or anything. It's better closure for them to just be home when that happens.
Yeah, definitely. And this pick
But
was when you finally got what dog out?
that was Dahmer. A day later, yeah, we got him
Yeah.
out about 24, 25 hours later.
Yeah, you look like it. Like, damn,
I look
I got my
like
dog.
shit, don't I?
Yeah, I mean, you look like fuck. I got my dog.
It
Word. Like shit.
had been some work, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It had been some work and a lot of effort from a lot of different guys. Thank you, my coworker Edwin, and my buddy Blake and his dad Don.
So how many?
Caden
Okay,
Moore
okay.
from Indiana, his brother. Yeah, I appreciate you guys coming out and helping me out,
Yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to them. So if they
getting
ever
my
see this
dogs out.
live, they have to see this live, let them know, big shout out to them. Live your life dogs. We care about all dogs in general. As far as the New England Patterdale Terrier Club, we care about whether we own them, whether well, we don't own no dogs, but it's whether we you know the person or don't know the person. We care about all working Patterdales, and it always sucks when we lose one in the Patterdale world, the Patterdale working world, I should say. You know what I mean?
It's fucking
So
cool how all them guys, I called them up and they were right there.
yeah,
It's cool to have a community of people like that, and I hope all the Patterdale guys stay tight like that.
yeah. And again, I say it all the time on here, and that's one of the main things this live is for. Dan is to you know bring the Patterdale world together. At that, like I said, we're all different humans. We all got different different thoughts, different beliefs, or whatever. But at the end of the day, everyone here, we all know that we all love the Patterdale Terrier. So that's if there's one thing we got in common, that's it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And again, it's us against the rodents, not us against each other. You know what I mean? It's us and our dogs and our Patterdales, you know, versus the rodents versus the game, small game, big game. It's not, it's not us versus each other. So that's one thing I try to always push now within the Patterdale world and New England Patterdale Terrier Club, family is that, we're all family. What it's us versus the rodents, not us versus each other. And we should be all rooting for each other's dogs and hoping that everyone's dog work and gets the game. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Whether it's fun, whether it's a competition. I mean, if you was at the competition in New York, you seen that where it was all love. There was a competition going on, but it was all love. If I mean
Yeah,
I
you
was
won that competition, huh?
yeah, Sin did come out top dog,
She
but there
come
was
out
even a
top now?
yeah, she won the competition as far as top dog. Dan, yeah, she
Uh-huh.
did. She definitely did her thing. I mean, I'm not one to really like pat myself on the back or whatever, but I put in a lot of work with Sin.
Yeah, you've been
Yeah,
putting in
I put
work
a
with it.
lot of work with it, whether it's, turning her on, whether it's how I feed her, whether it's the training, whether it's the health, the running, whatever. I put a lot of work in Sin. So she did her thing, it was a good thing. But there was even a moment where I put Sin up and helped another person in the competition that we in the same competition, but it's like, okay, your dog, we need to get your dog out. So I'm gonna put Sin up and I'm gonna grab a shovel and help you out. Cause right
There
now
was
we
a
need
dog stuck in the ground?
not stuck, but it was not stuck, but it was like your dog's in the ground, my dog's not. I'm one of the stronger diggers, so
Hmm.
I'm gonna help you out and get your dog out. Fuck the competition shit. Let's and it wasn't really like, oh, we gotta get the dog out. It was just we're all it's a competition. We're all here to have fun. I'm here to help too.
Yeah.
My dog, Sin had just got a coon. I mean, not a coon, a groundhog
Well,
in the ground. I just pulled the groundhog off. You know what I mean?
hmm.
Took care, do what we gotta do. And okay, there's another dog in the ground and it needs some help digging her out. I'm gonna tie Sin up and I'm gonna go help real quick. And then after that was done, we went right back and Sin went right back in the hole and found another groundhog. But it's like I'm not gonna even during a competition, it wasn't like my attitude was, oh, I'm not helping her because it's a competition. Like, no, we
Yeah.
need we need
Got
we
that
need
good
help.
sportsmanship, huh?
Yeah. At the end of the day, I wanted everyone to go home with their dogs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can't leave with a trophy when you die, but you could leave with people saying that you was a good person and you know what I mean? And you helped out when things need to be done and stuff like that. That type of stuff can always go on. The trophy, that's just gonna get thrown in the box when I die. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Give
So,
them good
but
instructions. Throw it in your casket, man.
exactly. It's gonna get thrown somewhere, but you could always say that I was a good person and I did this. And then when it came down to the Patterdale, that's all a Patterdale dog. That's all I cared about. I didn't care about the trophy. I didn't care about the competition. She we she needed someone that was or he needed someone that was a bit stronger digger and I'm gonna tie my dog up and dig, and we gonna get this dog out. That's the main thing. And if win or lose, we all had fun, and everyone went home with their dogs. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that looked like a fun show. Yeah, and it's cool. Like I said, the Patterdale community is tight like that. It all
Yes,
seem to be
definitely.
cool. It's all looking forward from now on. A lot of
Hmm.
more shows than what you used to see anymore. The
Um,
PTCA is helping a lot.
yep. Definitely. Okay, who goes Jamie right here? I done did that dog on a man's backyard in New York.
Y'all had to dig that dog out of a man's bag. No, we dug him out here, and that was here in Michigan.
Yeah. Well, I think he might have been talking about us. Who knows? But you
Oh,
know,
your story.
yeah, because Jamie's always joking.
You,
Actually,
yeah.
no, that was at 10:05, so he's talking about you. But
Sorry, I got a nasty fucking cough lately.
it's all good, man.
Yeah, I'm staying here in Michigan still. We're not moving states. We're just moving up to the northern side. I'm after them Badger.
All right, so you're after the okay. So you're after the Badger.
Yup.
What would you say the size Patterdale you need as far as weight
I would say
for a
about
Badger?
I would say Jeff is the perfect size for a Badger. And
And
he
how
might be a little bit big. I'd say maybe you at least need an 18 to 20, 24 pound dog, I'd say. You'd probably get a 24, 20, maybe not. Probably get a 24 in a Badger set.
I
Because
mean Badger?
Dahmer is 22 pounds, and I think he can easily work a Badger set.
Yeah, I mean Badgers are big. Not they're not fucking
Now he's
big.
more tall. He's not really a super wide dog. He's just a real tall dog, but he's still 22 pounds. I think he can easily work a set. They make big sets.
Yeah, and Badgers can get up to what 25 pounds or something like that. 30
I'm
pounds.
sure more. I'm sure they can get bigger than that.
Yeah, so it makes sense.
Cause there's coons out there 30 pounds.
Oh yeah, and if you live in the city where the coons live, like where I live, where the coons are eating fucking pizza and steak and cheese out the trash, some of these coons are fat as shit.
Yeah, they
You
get
live in
big,
an
man.
area where ain't nothing fucking with coons out here anyway, unless they're running to a coyote. You know what I mean? So
That'd be
you
a
got
question for that Roy Farabee or Timothy Wheatley,
okay,
the
yeah.
the Badger size. Yeah, I think they're bigger than a coon for sure, though.
See, you hear that from your girlfriend a lot, don't you? You said, "Look at Golden, I'm late." Jamie Park said he heard that from his girlfriend a lot. Jamie Park, if there's one guy don't that have not talk, not joke, stop joking, it's fucking Jamie Park. He said, "Really, Jamie?"
He's having a good time.
Yes, always. Shout out to Jamie Park. I had the he ga- I appreciate Jamie Park. He taught me a lot. I learned a lot from him just talking to him during
He's
that
been
weekend.
been around a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to Jamie Park. And again, big shout out to everyone who helped Dan get his dogs out. That's a huge thing, and that's what we want to do and build everywhere where there's someone who's not someone where people who are working their dogs, where it's just like you can make a couple phone calls and everyone comes out and get helps and get your dogs out. That's one thing I know that goes down in like New York.
Yeah, we
The
should have
whole
set up some type of terrier rescue, for
yeah,
Patterdale people, where we just have like a little group of people come out and help you out if you need it,
hey,
in the area. So like
we
we
could
could do
talk
like
about
the
that.
Midwest or you know
That's something
that'd be
then
pretty cool.
me and you could definitely talk about it and
United Terrier
I'm all
League or
about
something.
helping the pat and I'm all about business. So that's something me and you could talk about and figure out. I'm definitely
Yeah,
with it because that's definitely a big thing where you want to be able to make that call and That's
Well,
that's huh? What'd you say?
I heard about little groups of terrier people like that that come out, and I heard about it being done before.
It has. It has. Yes. It has. It definitely has for as far as like just terrier groups, and then there's a and it's been happening for years, for a lot of years. Because there's a video I got that I showed on one of these lives. Probably shout out to my bro Marshall. He'll be back on me, back on here hosting with me sooner or later. But he me and him hosted did one live, and we showed a video where a dog Pete was actually stuck in the ground for like 6 days, but she was stuck in between rocks and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So, but wherever he was at, I forget where he was at, but wherever he's at, he called like the Terrier Man or the Patterdale Terrier group in that area, and they all came out and helped him get the dog out. And this is bad. This is, I mean, if you see the video, you could see it's this is
I
like the '80s type shit.
I think I
So
watched that stream you guys had, you and Marshall on there.
yeah, yeah, you probably watched it. I mean, the video was somewhere on YouTube. I'm not sure whose page it on or what page it on, but yeah, it's a dog named Peeps, and the dog was in the ground for 6 hours. I mean, 6 days, and they called the Patterdale Terrier group in that area, and yeah, they all came out and basically helped the dog get out. And again, it was back in the day, so they were using like same. I mean, a lot of the stuff they were using, you would have to use today if you're in big boulders. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
excuse me. But yeah, it was they brought he made a phone call and asked people to come out, and the whole Patterdale family of whatever that area was, or the
they
Terrier
were
family,
there.
the family, yeah, came out, showed love, and took care and made sure they all got the dog out. It was a great thing.
Yeah, we need to set something up like that where people. Jamie, you're welcome any fucking time up here. All right.
The club needs to go together and buy a couple of small mini excavators for the ones rarely s- who
Small
rarely
bucket can
small
get
bucket
just
and
about anywhere. We'll stick to digging these guns, digging with these guns. We're too poor for excavators yet. From the
yeah,
city of
okay,
Buffalo.
yeah, that's Biggs.
Oh, the
We got
city
help
of
from the city in Buffalo for Shadow 36. Okay, yeah.
36 hours stuck on rebar. Damn.
They had to call up the city and help them dig and get the rebar out.
And that's nice of them
I mean,
helping
get
them
the dog
because
out, from around the rebar. Yeah. That's
that's nice of them
that's
because
that's great. Because
mhm.
a lot of cities wouldn't give a fuck about just one dog in the ground. You know what I mean? So
No.
you'd be better off calling like the fire department or something. But
Yeah, they'll get pissed off. There was some dead space I tried to hunt right here in the. It was kind of a suburban area, kind
hmm
of, but it had about a few areas where it was just maybe 50 acres of like dead space.
uh-huh.
And me and my wife went back there just testing our luck, and we walked for a little bit and hit a groundhog set that was active.
Yeah, I'm listening.
And I went back out to the truck to grab I don't know if I was grabbing another dog or another shovel. I don't remember what I was grabbing, but I went out there, and then all I hear is like six different cops to tell me to put my hands up.
Damn.
And they're like, "Oh, what? Put your gun down and put your hands up and this and that." I had no gun on me. They thought my shovel was a gun or something. They were about to burn my ass.
Yeah, I
But
bet.
I almost caught a trespassing charge for that. Luckily, I explained to them all about the Patterdales and all that, and they all got excited. They seen all the Patterdales, in my truck, loaded up in some of the boxes. So they thought it was cool as shit and ended up letting me go. But
That's
they
good.
were gonna burn my ass for it when I first walked out of there.
Yeah, I bet they were. I bet they were. And that's one thing about it. Once people figure out that these little dogs can, get in the dirt and get in these little holes, or even fight raccoon and stuff, it's kind of like, they're kind of like amazed by the shit. And I guess that's for all of us. That's why we're all in it. You know what I mean?
There
So,
was a little drop of blood on the grass in front of my dog box,
hmm
and one of the cops picked it up. Like he saw that. I was like, Jesus. The fucker was looking. He was looking to get me for no reason,
yeah,
you know.
yeah, he's one of them cops
He
looking,
was, yeah, he was looking for a reason to
trying to
get me.
find something.
Yeah, that was wild. I'm like, oh, it's just blood from my dogs, you know. It's no big deal. Could be anything,
Yeah,
but
it's crazy. So about
yeah,
the now, was I think I asked you last time, but this is now the longest dig you have had.
yeah,
Yeah,
yep. It's 24 hours, but you know, obviously, I wasn't digging all those hours. I was searching for the dogs too.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But as far
Well,
not
I don't
just,
know. There was, I think, no, it's still, this is definitely still longer. But at the Petersheim's show, they,
I don't mean literally like shovel in your hair and dig, like, but this is the
oh, dog
longest.
in the ground.
Exactly, this is longest dog in the ground. You got to figure out how to get it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. This is my longest, and hopefully it never gets beat. You know, I hope
yeah,
this is the record, and that's it. Cause fuck that. But I was gonna tell you at the Petersheim's, I had a dig with I was with Rob Craver and Rob Bates and a woman named Rhonda Rousey and my wife. We all went hunting for that competition over there,
yep,
and we had a nasty coon dig that probably was one of the worst I've ever had. It was
yeah,
just tough clay dirt. This is all in Amish land, and it was the Amish come on and started seeing us and thought we were crazy for wanting to do that much work for it, you know. But we were hitting the dirt, and it was just some of these shovels were bouncing. It was hard dirt, and the dog was engaged for a while. It probably took us about. We probably lost a good 3 hours in that hole there, maybe more. It was a hard dig, probably one of the worst.
yeah. Sounds like it. Shit.
Yeah, yeah. Robert Bates had a really nice pitch in that dig there that got it done before we got to her. You know, on a coon, a bitch named Darlin. Real rough little dog. You won't give her to me. We actually got a belly, or not a
Let me
belly.
see if we
We got
can.
a sister to her recently. Hopefully, she's as good as her.
uh, Yeah, shit. Load up. You got to load back up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. Let me give me one sec. Let me see if I can pull up more of these pics that you sent.
36 hours stuck on the rebar. Shahib says. Yeah, Jamie, you come up whenever you want, man. We'll go hunt some dogs. I'll dig for us. You sit back and watch. I'll get you and my wife a side by side or something.
All right. I got him right here. Oh, you just sent me some regular pics too, right? Oh,
I
That
think
wasn't
so. I
literally of that day.
I think it was of that day. Yeah.
You sent me.
I think I only sent you pictures of that day. Yeah, that was after we got some liquids in him. He
So
started feeling a little bit. That was Jeff. Yeah.
yeah. Yes, I got a few more
He
pits. What you saying?
he got better as soon as we got him. Gave him water and stuff. He drank like that whole bowl of water. Now, obviously, you don't want him to drink too much too fast, but I was just trying to get him hydrated. He was really dehydrated when he come out of there.
This is
Dahmer, the dog we got the second day.
this is him right here.
Yeah, he's a big dog.
Yeah,
Yep. But
that's
he's heavy duty. He can take it. He's been close to death a few times. He's
I'm not saying that's a good thing, but that's all part of the game.
Yeah, it's part of the game. It's
Yeah.
definitely not a good thing because you put in so much time in these dogs, and that's the last thing you want to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You want them to live a long, healthy life, but it's not like that. So it's not.
Yeah, you
You
want
you
them to
got to
be
be
able
a
to hunt till you retire them, and then
yeah.
they
That's
live out their life. But
in the perfect scenario, yeah. But a lot of the good ones, they go.
yeah, because their game, they're gonna do what
Yeah,
they gotta do, and
they're a game.
what happen. What
But
is?
yeah, that's why some people enjoy hunting the bigger dogs. They're more durable.
Yeah,
They're more durable than the smaller kind.
yeah, it's a lot more. It's a lot less dangerous as far as for the dog.
But you're gonna be doing a lot of trenching. You got to trench a lot with them bigger dogs. They
Yeah,
don't get in them holes like a small little 13, 12 pound dog, 14-pound dog.
yeah.
What is your little red bitch you got? 13 or
Sin,
yeah,
she's about 11 pounds.
10, 10.
Yeah, she
I
about 10,
seen
11 pounds.
the one Khaleesi dog they got is related to yours.
She's They got a lot of the same bloodline. She's but
Really
Khaleesi's
small.
yeah, she's like 9 pounds, I think.
Yours is
So
is 12,
nah, she last time I weighed her, she was 10.
10 pounds.
Yeah, but hey, right about now, she probably like what's over there? She probably about I don't know. She may be 11, but she ain't gonna change too much. She'll
Well,
probably
she's a
she'll
year
stay,
and a half now, ain't she?
huh?
She's a year and a half. You
Yeah,
said
she's a year and a half.
she'll probably thicken up just a little bit, but not much, huh?
I mean, she could always get thick if depending on how I feed her, but I run her a lot.
Hmm.
I run her a lot, so I try to keep her strong and lean and, fit.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get with the program now if I want to start not free casting. My dogs are not gonna be fit like that. I'm gonna have to be putting them on meals.
Yeah. I mean, I free cast her when I do go out, but ain't like I said,
Yeah,
there was
I'm
one
saying,
time, but I get what you're saying as far as the whole conversation we just had.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. But that's how I would get my workouts. Is I would work them out by free casting them. You take them out twice a week, and they're gonna be in shape.
Yeah, yeah,
But now if I'm not free casting, I definitely gotta do something else.
yeah.
Build a Jenny or something, a small Jenny for Patterdales.
Yeah. You're not free casting, so it's like
Yeah, keep
you
them in
won't get the
shape.
same amount of exercise, yeah. But hey, at least they'll be safe. They'll live.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But yeah,
Yes, sir.
anything else you wanted to talk about before we get up out of here?
No, no, I
Of
just
course, I'll get you on here again. sooner or later, and I always appreciate you for coming on here, and thank you for coming on here, and I definitely appreciate you for coming on here and talk about um the hunting situation you just went through, being that you lost the dog. It's at the end of the day, respectfully, it's it's a sad situation. Even if it's not your dog directly, but if you love Patterdales and you or just in dogs in general, you don't like people's, you know. I got a cousin who literally told me he's not getting dogs no more because he knows they're all gonna die before him, and he gets
Damn.
he gets too sad every time, so he
Damn.
just can't do it no more. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And he it wasn't even he don't hunt dogs or nothing. His dogs live for 15, 12, 13 years or whatever the case. But he was just like, I can't. Like he couldn't take he literally just said, I can't take the pain no more. Like you get a dog, you put all this effort into them, and then they're gone in 12 years, and then you're just supposed to do it all over again. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
you know,
It
again,
fucks people up, man.
yeah, yeah. Over here at Live Life Dogs, we love all dogs. Um, this live is, sponsored by the PTCA and the New England Patterdale Terrier Club. So that's why we talk about all Patterdale Terriers. That's what we do here on Wednesday
Only the
nights.
only the working ones.
Only the working ones.
None of them little fucking.
Yeah. Only the work. That's what we focus on over here for sure. That's definitely what we focus on the NEPTC, NEPTC, the New England Patterdale Terrier Club. The official working Patterdale Terrier Registry. So
Yeah.
everything's working over there. But yeah, Dan, again, I appreciate you coming through all the time, always. Anytime we talk, it's always love here, and when we talk, just regular talk throughout, throughout the day or whatever that. But yeah, appreciate you having you come and tell your story, man, because it's something that everyone needs to realize. Cause even me, I got friends where it's like they'll see my post and it's like, or they'll see videos that I show or pics that I post, and it's like, oh, I want to come too. It's like, yeah, you could lose your dog, buddy. It's not just,
Not
yeah,
just fun and
yeah,
games, huh?
not just fun
Yeah,
and games.
I'm glad that you had me on, and hopefully somebody learned something from it, or you know.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I tell people in life, you could always learn something from anything, good or bad. You know what I mean? So, I mean, even if you're not even in the dog world, you could learn something from this conversation, from this live in general. Don't take life for granted. You know what I mean? Simple.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Your dog is a life, and it could be gone like that, especially when you live in the life we're living with hunting our dogs. But at the end of the day, they're just doing what they want to do. They're just doing what they were bred for. So
Yep,
you
it's
know what I
just part
mean?
of the game.
It's part of the game. But yeah, it's a part of the game that sucks. It's a part of the game that's sad. Just like any game, you know.
Yep,
Being
yep.
basketball, you lose the championship, you losing the playoffs. It sucks. It's sad. Grown men crying. You know what I mean? So, but
Yes, sir.
yeah. Thanks for having you on here, man. Appreciate it all the time,
Well,
bro.
thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it. I'll be on here some other time.
Yeah, of course, of course. We do this every Wednesday, if not every other Wednesday, and we're gonna keep this going. So yeah, we'll definitely get you back on here. We'll talk in a couple months and see what's new. Yeah, show them. You could show. You could let them see the hat. For those who don't know, who wasn't on here earlier, he caught. That was the first coon he caught. So he made a hat out of it, which is
Yeah,
lovely, which
my
is
wife
which is
made it.
sick if you ask me. It's definitely awesome. So
My old lady made it. Yep, yep.
yeah,
All right, man. Well, y'all have a good night and
everyone
take
have a
care,
good
man.
night. Thank y'all for tuning in. Till next time, Patterdale Talk Wednesdays. Appreciate y'all. Take care of your dogs.